Hello, I am the Gaming Adept, and today's topic is something I wanted to discuss for a while now: delayed video games. Many people tend to be enraged whenever a video game is delayed, and I get that there are video games you and I want to play right now. On the other hand, I can sympathize with developers being on a tight schedule and the complexity of the tasks they are tackling. Experience tells us that it is extremely rare that a programming project gets done on time. Delays are mostly unavoidable. Even the most experienced of programmers tend to miscalculate the scope and complexity of a project. We as the gaming community don't see that from the outside. We just see, oh my gosh, this game is getting delayed. They are not keeping their promise. But what stands behind the delay? The manager of the project, after witnessing the current state of a game and/or after discussing with his team, comes to the conclusion that the project can't be released in this state and tells the higher-ups that they have no choice but to delay it. This could be a rather heated discussing that ends with the project manager getting chewed out, but regularly the delay happens. There is no bad intention behind the delay, but quality aspects. If this delay didn't happen, the game would be released in a totally broken state, like Assassin's Creed Unity or Mass Effect Andromeda. Assassin's Creed Unity is an interesting story in that regard. Here, Ubisoft had no interest in quality. They gave several parts of the game to different studios and thought that those components just have to be assembled to have a running game done by holiday season. Anyone who ever programmed and had to rely on components other developers made knows that it's never that easy. In fact, I'm laughing internally about this level of naivete that only non-programmers could have shown. Had Assassin's Creed Unity been delayed, Ubisoft would have missed out on the economically important holiday season, so the management decision was to release it without delay. The conclusion was that the brand Assassin's Creed took huge damage due to their decision. The first major DLC had to be released for free, as well as giving the customers a game as a gift as compensation for releasing such a broken game. Even though Assassin's Creed Syndicate corrected the errors made in the development of Unity, many gamers I talked to didn't even bother with it due to the broken state that Unity was released in. Ubisoft destroyed their chance on future sales with the short-sighted release of a broken game in the holiday season. So delays are, for the most part, a good thing, but this has its limits too. If a project gets delayed too often and too long, you can already tell that the end product will most likely not be good. Here Duke Nukem Forever comes to mind. The game was in development for 14 years and was the laughingstock of the whole industry. It was rewritten several times on several engines. When Gearbox got the 80% finished version from 3D Realms, they just wanted to finish Duke Nukem Forever and go on to develop their own new Duke Nukem. So the game was released, but due to its long development time, it played like a relic of the past that didn't fit in the modern era. So if I'm asked, what would the perfect development time for a AAA title be? My answer would be 5 years, and I'm pointing towards Rockstar to prove it. Rockstar doesn't release many games. Each game gets round about 5 years of development time. This means the fans have a long time to wait until they can play a game. But when a Rockstar game comes out, I can't think back on any game that wasn't excellent in quality, depth, and humor. What Rockstar produces are masterpieces, and they take their sweet time to make them. So, as we've seen, creating AAA titles on an annually basis degenerates the quality over time, as seen with Assassin's Creed. This is a behavior that is driven by the annually fight over the holiday season, who gets the money of the players. Taking too long to create a video game makes it play like a relic of the past, as seen with Duke Nukem or it is at the end rushed into release like Final Fantasy 15. But I will get to Final Fantasy 15 in detail at a later date. So back to the point that I wanted to get across. A delay of a video game is usually done to ensure the quality of the end product. Complaining over a game release being delayed is asking publishers to release broken, unfinished games. The next time you hear of a delay for a video game you are dying to play, accept it. Maybe be even glad that the developers and publisher take quality serious enough to delay the game even if it means upsetting their customers. This was the Gaming Adapt, and if you have an idea for a video, you can write it to me. If I don't get anything, I will just do whatever I want.